So we're going to start on our back today. And again, it's going to be a gentle, slow flow. You'll just need a set of blocks. If you'd like a strap, that's always optional. We're just going to start on our back. You can butterfly out your knees. You're welcome to bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, or just any comfortable position. Back towards the floor, chest towards the sky. And just breathing. Notice your belly rise on your inhales. Belly falls on your exhales. Expanding your ribs in all dimensions as you take each breath of air in. Melting deeper in towards your mat with each breath you let out. Maybe setting an intention for class today, something you're thankful for. Maybe it's the cooler temperatures. At any point during your practice, if your mind begins to wander, just come back to that intention. Come back to your why. 2 more rounds of breath here. Let it all go on your exhale. Draw your knees towards the ceiling, feet on the floor. And then draw your knees into your chest, grabbing your calves, your shins, curling yourself into a tight ball. You can stay here in stillness or find a gentle sway from side to side. Gently crossing one ankle over the other, rock and roll yourself a few times along your spine. Think of it as a gentle spinal massage, as many times as you need. On that last one, we're going to rock up, planting your hands and stepping yourself back to a tabletop at the center of your mat. Tuck your toes, draw your knees wide, and then sink your hips towards your heels. Lengthening here, looking out over your fingertips as you press your hips closer towards your heels. Now lengthen your fingertips a few inches closer to the top of your mat. Gently release your forehead towards your mat, between your elbows, on the floor or on a block. And just breathing here in your child's pose. You're welcome to have a gentle bend in one or both of your elbows. To get a little bit deeper in that stretch, try taking out that bend in those elbows. Maybe you reach your fingertips an inch or two closer to the top of the mat with each inhale. Hold the length in your fingertips, sink your hips closer towards your heels on the exhale. About pressing your armpits in towards the floor. One more round of breath. On your next inhale, walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Hands can be on or off of your mat. And then just resting your chin or your forehead back towards the floor. Keeping your left arm long, box out your right hand to the outside of your right knee. Press into your right palm as you rotate your left shoulder towards the floor. Maybe you seal your left ear closer towards your left bicep. Inhale, reach your right hand to meet the left. Walk your hands back through center. Hold it here for one round of breath. On your next inhale, gently walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Same options for this side. Hands can be on or off of your mat. And then just gently placing your forehead back towards the floor or to a block. Keeping your right arm long as your right ear hugs in towards your right bicep. Box out your left hand to the outside of your left knee. Press into your left palm as you rotate your right armpit closer towards the floor, deepening that stretch all along the right side body. Inhale, reach your left arm to meet the right. Walk your hands back through center, coming back into your child's pose. Tempt your fingers by lifting your palms, lifting your forearms and your elbows as you press your finger pads in towards the floor. Maybe your chest sinks a little bit closer towards the floor beneath you, flattening your back a little bit more. Gently lower your palms towards the floor. Sweep your arms back and resting your hands near your heels and just holding here and breathing. Creating that distance between your shoulders and your ears. Inhale, sweep your arms back and front, reaching long in opposite directions one more time. Inhale, rise up, finding a tabletop position at the center of your mat, planting your hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Tuck your toes, hammock your belly towards the floor as you lift your gaze. Deep inhale. On your exhale, untuck your toes, press the floor away, creating space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, tuck your toes, lift your gaze, spread your collarbone wide. Exhale, untuck your toes, spread your fingertips an inch or two further apart, pressing into your finger pads. Inhale, tuck your toes, spiral your elbow creases to the top of the mat, deep inhale. Exhale, let it go, bringing your gaze towards the tops of your thighs. Moving here through cat and cow, once more with your breath. Gently come back to a neutral spine. Find any organic movement that feels good for you today. Maybe it's allowing the hips to bump side to side. Maybe it's taking some barrel rolls towards one hip to the back of your mat and then reversing that direction. Wherever you are, gently come back to center. Inhale, reach your right arm towards the sky. Gaze up, look up. Exhale, sweep your right arm under and through the left side body, hovering and holding. Inhale, right arm reaches high. Exhale, thread the needle, right arm under the left side body. Inhale once more. Gaze up, look up. Exhale, thread your right arm all the way under and through. Releasing your right arm, releasing your right cheek or ear towards the floor or to a block. You can stay here with your left hand boxed out. Maybe you want to reach your left arm long to the top of your mat. Or maybe even extend your left leg long. Reaching the left side long in opposite directions as your right arm continues to reach through under the left side body. Holding here and breathing wherever you are, and thread the needle. Gently box out your left hand under your shoulder if it was extended. Press into your left palm. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, plant your right hand under your right shoulder. Extend that left leg back if it's tucked under your hip. Inhale, lift your left leg to hip height. Strong point through your left toes. Deep inhale to an inch higher. Exhale, tuck your knee in toward your nose. Inhale, kick it straight back. Exhale, big arch up and over to the outside of your right body. Looking over your right shoulder. Maybe you see your left toes. Maybe you see your left heel. You can rock forwards and backwards. Hold your heel closer to the back of your area. Lower your left knee to the outside of your right knee, calf, or foot. Untuck both of your toes and then press your hips back. Eagle legs, hips towards your heel. Inhale, rock forward, stacking your shoulders once again over your wrists. Extend your left leg straight back. Exhale, tuck your knee in towards your nose. Step your left foot in between your palms, coming into a low lunge. Press your hips forward, hands framing your front left foot on the floor or on a block. And then press your hips back as you straighten that left leg. 2 more times, press it forward. Opening up the front of that right hip flexor and then draw the hips back. 1 more time. On the next one, we're going to hold the hips back. Left leg is straight. From here, you can point or flex your left toe. We draw into some circles. Hold the left toes flexed to the sky, heel digging in towards the floor. Now windshield wiper that left foot from side to side. Bring your left toes back to center. Inhaling them through the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your nose towards your knee. Heart towards your thigh, feeling the stretch on the back side of your left leg. Single leg split, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, straighten your arms, bend into that left knee. Walk your hands by your left heel, and then toe heel your left foot towards the outer edge of your mat. So your feet are wider than hip width. Left toes are about 9-10 o'clock, so you're at a 45-degree angle. Gently plant your hands to the inside of that left foot. Bend a little bit deeper into that left knee to open up your right hip flexor. And then straighten your left leg as you press the hips back. Gently moving here forwards and backwards as you bend and straighten into that left leg as many times as you need. On the last one, we're going to hold that left leg straight, keeping the left toes flexed. Walk your hands over to the right side. Hands can be on the floor or on blocks. Bringing a gentle gaze over your right shoulder. Keeping the toes to the sky, heel in towards the floor. Gently walk your hands back to center. Bend back into that left knee. Stay here in your lizard pose, or you can lower your forearms to blocks or to the floor. Gain a little bit deeper into that lizard stretch as you open up now your left hip flexor. Tipping to the outer edge of that left foot to get a little bit deeper. Almost like you're trying to show off the sole of your left foot. Gently walk your hands back under your shoulders. You can slide that right leg back a little bit if you would like. We're going to draw our right heel in towards our glutes. Option to reach your left hand back, reaching towards your right heel for a quad stretch. Exhale, release your right foot and your left hand. Slide your left leg back, come back to that tabletop, and gently bump the hips side to side. Coming back to that tabletop, press into your right hand. Inhale, left arm reaches high. Exhale, thread your left arm under and through the right side body. 2 more. Inhale, left arm reaches high. Gaze up, look up. Exhale, sweep your left arm under and through, hovering and holding. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, sweep as far as you can. And then releasing that left arm down, release your left cheek or ear towards the floor. Maybe you want to reach your left arm long. Maybe you want to extend that right leg long. Full body stretch on the right side as your left arm stays threaded underneath the right side body. If your right arm is extended, gently box out under your shoulder. Press into your right palm. Inhale, lift your left arm high. Exhale, plant your left hand under your left shoulder. Kick that right leg straight back if it was under your hip. Inhale, lift that right leg straight back. Strong point through your right toes. Hips are square. Inhale, lift an inch higher. Exhale, tuck your knee in towards your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, big arch up and over to the outside of your left leg. Looking over your left shoulder as you dig the ball of your right foot in towards the floor. You're welcome to stay here. Maybe adding some movement forwards and backwards if that feels comfortable. Stacking your shoulders back on top of your wrists, release your right knee down beside the outside of your left knee, calf, or ankle. Untuck both of your toes and press your hips back for eagle legs as you press your hips towards your left heel this time. Inhale, rock forward. Extend your right leg straight back. Exhale, tuck your knee in towards your nose. Step your right foot in between your palms. Press a little bit deeper into that right knee for low lunge. And then draw the hips back as you straighten that right leg. Hands are framing that front right foot on the floor or on a block. Gentle bend and extend into that front knee. Once more. On the next one, we're going to hold the right leg straight. Hips are pressing back towards your left heel. And add some movement to that left leg. Maybe it's drawing some circles. Maybe you just want to wiggle the toes. Gently bring the toes up towards the sky, heel digging in towards the floor. And now allow your toes to draw from side to side, just like you're trying to make that foot into a pretend windshield wiper. Bring the toes back to center. Inhale, looking through the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold. Try reaching the crown of your head towards your toes. Bringing your heart towards your thigh. Continuing to flex the toes, heel in towards the floor. Gently bend back into that front right knee. Hands around your ankle and then toe heel that right foot towards the outer edge of your mat on the right side. Toes are at 45, about 3 o'clock. Gently plant your hands to the inside of that right knee. As you tip the outer edge of your front right foot towards the floor, bending a little bit deeper into that right knee, and then draw the hips back. Maybe lifting your toes, digging your heel into the floor as you straighten that leg. And just playing here, bending and straightening the front right leg. On your next exhale, we're all going to hold the right leg straight. Getting a little bit deeper, flexing the toes. And then walk your hands over to the left side. Peering over your left shoulder, maybe you can see your left toes. Keeping the right toes flexed. Gently walk your hands back inside of your right foot. Bend into your right knee, planting your foot on the floor, and then tip to the outside edge of that right foot. Stay here with your wrists gently under your shoulders, or allow your forearms to come down towards the floor or to a block. Keeping your neck at neutral spine as you gently gaze between your forearms. Allowing that right foot to tip out as far as is comfortable on that right hip flexor. Plant your hands back under your shoulders. Maybe scoot your leg back and enter 2 more. We've got a quad stretch coming up next. Bend your left knee, draw your left heel in towards your glutes. Reach your right arm around towards your left toes. Does not have to touch. Here for 1 more breath. Gently release your left leg, release your right palm, and then draw your right knee back under your hip. Tuck your toes, draw your knees wide, sink your hips towards your heels, come back to your child's pose. Gently resting your forehead on the floor, fingertips out long in front, hips towards your heels. Hold here for 2 more rounds of breath. On your next inhale, reach your fingertips long. Rock forward, stack your shoulders over your hips. Your shoulders over your wrists, my goodness. Heels over your knees. Keep your elbows tucked in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Once your chest and shoulders are on the floor, extend your legs out long and then draw your feet to hip width apart. Wrists under your shoulders, press yourself up, mini cobra. Exhale, release down. Keeping your left hand boxed out, extend your right arm long. Wiggle out that right leg. Just let it rock side to side, nice and relaxed. Now come back to center. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Stay here to get a little bit deeper into broken wing. Pivot onto that outer right hip. And then stack that left hip over the right. Maybe you add a bend into that top left knee in front or behind your right hip. Your left cheek or ear is just gently on the floor or a block. Broken wing on the right side to open up your right shoulder and your left hip. That left arm can stay boxed out or you can bind it around behind your back. Gently open up that left shoulder. Plant your left hand if it was binded. If you have a block underneath your ear, set it off to the side. Gently come back onto your tummy, both hip bones gently press in towards the floor. Walk your right hand under your right shoulder, press into the tops of your feet. Inhale, mini cobra. Exhale, release down. Keeping your right hand under your right shoulder, extend your left arm long, palms facing down. Just allow that left leg to draw side to side. Gently come back to center. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Stay here or pivot onto that left hip. Stacking your right shoulder above the left. Maybe adding a bend into that top right knee, behind or in front of your left leg. For broken wing on the left side, you're welcome to just relax your left cheek or ear on the floor or on a block. Opening up the left shoulder and the right hip. Option to bind your right hand around toward your back. Slightly opening up that right shoulder a little bit more. If your right arm is binded, gently release it back under your shoulder. You have that block, slide it out from underneath you. Rotate your hips back towards the mat. Walk your left hand in. Inhale, press up, mini cobra. Exhale, release. Walk your hands to your lower rib cage. Press up, full cobra. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower back down. One more time. Inhale, press up, full cobra. Maybe look over your left shoulder. Come back through center, over your right shoulder. Back to center. Slight bend in the elbows, lower all the way down. Reach your fingertips long towards your toes, palms down, pinkies in, thumbs out. Inhale, lift, locust pose, squeeze your backside. Exhale, lower everything down. Squeeze and lift, deep inhale. Exhale, lower down. One more, squeeze your backside. Inhale, lift up, locust. Exhale, lower all the way down. Walk your hands back under your shoulders. Hold it here for a breath. Pressing into the tops of your feet. Pressing into your hands. Gently release your chin back to the floor. Keeping your elbows boxed out, wrists under your shoulders. Start by sliding your right knee up towards your right hip. Can be at hip height, maybe higher, maybe lower, for half frog on the right side. You can also place a block underneath your forehead and just gently gaze down towards the floor, lengthening through your spine. Block under your forehead, gently release it out of the way. Wrists under your shoulders, walk your hands up, palm print forward, lift yourself up. Release your left arm under and through the right side. Maybe bring that block back under your left shoulder. Maybe you want to plant your right hand on top of the left. A lot of things going on here. Half frog, thread the needle, palm on top of palm, left cheek or ear resting on the floor or a block. Keeping your left hand and your right knee sealed to the floor. Inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Deep spinal twist. Exhale, release your right hand on top of the left. Walk your hands back under your shoulders, slide that block out from under your ears. Plant your hands, release your bind, and then slide your right leg back. Wrists are still a few inches in front of your shoulders as you slide your left knee out and up towards your hip. Again, left side can be higher or lower. Maybe taking note how this side may feel compared to the right side. If you'd like to get a neck stretch, you can gently place your forehead towards the floor or place a block at a lower setting underneath your forehead. Feeling this stretch all along your spine. Holding here in half frog on the left side. Press into your palms, lift your chest, just like you're trying to do a cobra pose with your left knee bent, and then thread your right arm under and through the left side body, allowing the right side to gently come back down underneath the left side body. If you'd like to place a block underneath your right cheek or ear, that's also an option. Gently plant your left palm on top of the right. Change nothing with your right arm or your left leg as you lift your left arm to the sky. Deepening that spinal twist. Gently release your left hand back on top of the right. Hold it here for a breath. Plant your left hand under your left shoulder. Slide that block out of the way. Press into your left hand. Release your right hand. Lower back down and slide your left leg out long. Bringing your forehead gently to the floor or to a block. Just allow your legs to move from side to side. Bring your chin back into the floor, walk your hands under your shoulders, press yourself up to a tabletop, and then lower to your left or right hip. Coming into a comfortable seat, you can place one foot in front of the other, or you can sit in a butterfly position, whatever is comfortable, and sit up nice and tall. And just staying here for a few rounds of breath. Maybe you want to bring your palms up to receive energy, palms down to conserve energy. On your next breath, inhale, arms overhead, gaze comes center. Exhale, bend your elbows, lift your gaze, spread your fingertips wide. Inhale, reach arms overhead, gaze is center. Exhale, cactus your arms, gaze up, look up. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift your gaze. Hold the elbows bent, bring your gaze back to center, and draw your hands behind your head as your elbows stay tracked out wide over your shoulders. Inhale, tiny back bend. Exhale, round your spine, elbows towards one another. Inhale, open. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, round your spine. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, come back through center. Elbows are wide. Exhale, right elbow to right hip. Inhale through center. Exhale, left elbow to left hip. Inhale through center. One more time each side, over to the right. Stacking the left shoulder directly over the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, left elbow to left hip. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist, look over your right hip. Elbows stay wide. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, twist, look over your left shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, over to the left. Back through center. Release your hands by your hips. Now bring your right foot in front of your left leg. Or you can place your right hand on your calf or on your thigh. We're going to do a double pigeon forward fold. Go ahead and grab a block between your palms, long ways. Inhale, arms overhead with a long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Keep both sit bones pressed in towards the floor. You're welcome to bend the elbows and plant that block with your hands at any time. You can always lengthen out your arms once you have that block settled. And just gently gazing down towards the floor. Feeling that deepening open on the right side. That block, gently walk your hands back to center. Plant that block off to the side. Release your right foot. And this time, bring your left foot in front of your right foot. If that's comfortable, stay there. You're also welcome to bring that left foot on top of your right calf, maybe on your thigh. I always feel like a genie in this pose for some reason. Go ahead and grab that block again, long ways. Reach your arms overhead. Lengthen both sit bones to the floor, arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Remember, you can always bend your elbows, plant that block at any time, or keep the arms out long as those sit bones stay glued to the floor. Gentle gaze down in front of your feet. With that block between your palms, inhale, rise up. Set the block off to the side. Release the bind of your feet. And from here, we're going to find our 90-90 drill. So bend that front right knee in front of you at 90 degrees. And that left leg just gently behind it. So you want both knees to be at 90. Your front right foot is just gently touching your right knee, and that left foot is back behind you. I'm at a bad angle because when I pivot, I'm going to be facing the opposite way. So we turn, face this way. So right knee forward. For support, bring your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your knees to the sky, plant your feet on the floor. And then exhale, lower your knees, coming to the opposite side of your mat. For that 90-90 hip drill, knees to the sky, feet on the floor, come back to the top of your mat. We're going to repeat it one more time. We're adding on. Inhale, lift your knees to the sky, feet on the floor. Rotate to the back of your mat. Make sure both knees are on your mat for support. Inhale, lift your hips. Press your hips forward, reach your arms back. Maybe add a gentle back bend, gazing up towards the sky. Exhale, lower your hips towards the floor, slow and steady. Once they arrive, lift your knees to the sky, plant your feet on the floor, and rotate back to the top of your mat. Making sure both knees are on that mat. Inhale, lift your hips, press your hips forward, reach your arms back, gentle back bend. Exhale, lower down. Come back to center. We're going to find a comfortable seat at the center of our mat with a block. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor, arms out in front. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, round your spine. Think one vertebrae at a time. Try not to lift even your pinky toe off of the floor. Think lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, neck, and then your head. Once everything arrives, tap that block overhead. Inhale, lift the block overhead. Walk your heels in towards your glutes. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. On the lowest setting, set that block under your hips and then allow your hips to melt into that block, in towards the floor. Noticing how this may feel, allowing your hips to open by just elevating them slightly more than what's natural. Stay here as long as you'd like. When you're ready, you're welcome to extend one or both of your legs towards the ceiling. Maybe reaching your fingertips towards your toes and adding some movement, pointing, flexing. You can create a bend in either or both of your knees. Supported legs up the wall. You can add any movement here. Single or double leg drop. And just holding here for one more round of breath. Wherever you are, gently bend your knees, plant your feet on the floor. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips, and gently set that block off to the side. Tuck your knees in towards your chest, curl yourself into a tight ball. Gently roll side to side. Gently sway back through center, keeping your knees into your chest. Bring the soles of your feet up towards the sky for a happy baby. You can grab the back side of your thighs, maybe the outer edge of each calf, even your pant leg, or grabbing the outer edge of each foot and drawing your knees out and away from your rib cage. Lower back pressed in towards the floor. Stay here, find a gentle sway in your happy baby. Gently come back to center. Extend your right leg long as you keep your left foot towards the sky, left knee in towards your shoulder. Release your left foot, calf or thigh, binding your hands on your left shin as you pull your left heel towards your left glute. Flex that right foot long to the opposite end of your mat to draw your right calf closer towards the floor. Maybe you want to point, flex, circle out your left ankle, wiggle your toes. Gently release the bind of your left shin. With the guidance of your right hand on the outside of your left knee, draw that left knee up and over to the outside of your right body. That left knee can tap the floor, a block, or just hover in space. Gazing up towards the ceiling or over your left shoulder for a deeper stretch. Maybe you want to reach that left arm long or bend your left elbow for a half cactus. Gently come back to center, both hips on the floor, left knee stays bent. Allow the sole of your left foot to come to the inside of your right leg for reclined tree. Hands can be in any position and just breathing here. Letting go of any tension that you may have been holding in your hips, maybe in your glutes without even realizing it. Keeping your left knee bent. Plant your foot on the floor, left knee to the ceiling. Walk your right foot in to meet the left and then draw your knees in towards your chest. Allow the soles of the feet to come up towards the ceiling, hands behind your thighs, the outer edge of your calf or your feet for happy baby. Maybe find a gentle sway side to side. Gently sway back through center, keeping your right foot towards the sky. Release your left leg long. Flex through your left foot, drawing your left heel away from your body. Allowing your left calf to come closer towards the floor as you flex your left foot. Release your right foot, calf, or thigh, binding your hands on your right shin. As you point, flex, circle out your right ankle, maybe wiggling your toes. Release the bind on your right shin. With the guidance of your left hand, drawing your right knee over to the left side of your body. Feeling that deep spinal twist as your right knee hovers in space, taps the floor or a block. To deepen that stretch, you can look over your right shoulder. Maybe you want to extend your right arm long or bend your right elbow like a broken cactus. Gently come back to center, both hips on the floor, right knee stays bent. Allow the sole of your right foot to come to the inside of your left leg. And then letting go of any tension in your shoulders and just melting into your space, into your mat. Extend your right leg long to meet the left. Reach your arms long overhead and create a tiny arch in your lower back. Full body stretch. Hold the length in your arms and in your legs. Walk your feet over to the right side of your mat. Gently lift your right leg, cross it on top of the left. Rotate your upper body over to the right side as your right hand grabs your left wrist, making a crescent moon shape with your body over to the right side. Both shoulders and hips stay grounded toward your mat. Gently release your right foot to the right side of your left. Walk your feet to center. Release the bind of your hands, arms overhead, full body stretch, opposite directions. Walk your feet over to the left side of your mat, lifting your left leg planted on your right foot. Walk your arms over to the left side, left hand grabs the right wrist, bending over to the left side. This time making that crescent moon shape with your body to the left side. Gently release your left foot to meet the right. Walk your feet back through center. Walk your arms overhead, full body stretch. And then release your arms by your side. Palms up to receive. Palms down to conserve energy. As you lay here preparing for your Shavasana, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, clench your fists, squeeze your glutes, clench your toes as if you're trying to pick up some laundry. Spread your toes wide, release your glutes, relax your shoulders down from your ears, and spread your fingers wide as you can. Relaxing into your final resting pose in your Shavasana. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms long overhead as you tuck your knees in towards your chest. Gently roll to your favorite side, using your bottom arm as a pillow, coming into a fetal position. Top arm boxed up, and then gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. I invite you to rest your arms by your side or on your knees. Bring a gentle gaze behind your eyes. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my practice with you each and every week. The light love in me honors and cherishes the light love in you. I wish you a wonderful evening ahead. Namaste.